A dichotomy, a clear distinction between two things. A word we don't use, at least I don't, or hear that often. Yet it's the word that became the overarching theme of not only this documentary, but also my life of late. I was in love with a girl, genuine in love with her, wanted the best for her, but I was a shitty partner. I thought love meant that she would get into this perceived box that I thought a healthy relationship should be, and that's fucked up.
I asked him if he loved himself. I told Ryan that the root of all addiction was a lack of self-love. He stated he did not love himself, and he asked, well, how do you love yourself? And with that answer, I just knew that was the beginning of a lot of work to come.
I was also essentially a mindful drunk. I was meditating, I was practicing high levels of yoga, but I was comfortably numb all the time. Alcohol had taken over my life.
I think athletes have a big time mentality when it comes to addiction because of the fact of they feel like they can conquer, anything and that they don't need any help because they've been able to get to where they are to this point by hard work, outworking everybody, and pretty much doing it on their own. So therefore, they don't ever want to admit that they have a problem. They don't ever want to admit that they actually need help because they feel like they've been able to beat everything.
Alcohol is such a strange substance because it's both a stimulant and a depressant. So it's a stimulant in the sense of when you start to drink alcohol, your blood alcohol content starts to rise. And that gives you all of these stimulant type feelings. So you feel a bit euphoric, you feel a bit muted in your emotions, you feel a little bit out of touch. And these are the nice feelings that we think, oh yeah, this is the reason I drink. What we don't realize is that we've timed those feelings, and those feelings last between 18 and 22 minutes. It's not very long at all. And then the alcohol is absorbed in your body, and the body says, hey, this is an invader. And so it starts to purge the alcohol from your body. Then your blood alcohol starts to fall. This is where alcohol becomes a depressant. And you get all of these negative feelings. You're uneasy. You don't feel comfortable in your own skin. The unfair trade comes in because for 22 minutes, you're trading that for one drink for 2 to 3 hours of that depressant feeling.
The final piece really of the dichotomy that I was living was my recovery in all of this. Most people would suggest someone with a heavy dependence on alcohol like I had go to AA, go to rehab. And while I explored AA initially, I discovered healing, self-love through a variety of other paths. So that was the final piece of what was essentially a layer of dichotomies, paradoxes, however you want to phrase it, in the journey that's become this documentary.